Hello and welcome to my video on Intro to Google Sheets, Part 1, Simple Interest. If you're here, this video is made for students who were either absent or maybe who really struggled or had to be called out for a while and missed parts of the lesson. And what I'm going to be doing is walking you through the entire lesson and showing you how to create everything you need to create in the spreadsheet. So I have a limit of 10 minutes per video, so I'm going to break this up into a couple different videos, so make sure that you watch all the videos for day one. So this first video, I'm going to show you how to get started with the assignment in Google Classroom and how to do some basic construction in Google Sheets. So you want to go to Google Classroom and want to make sure you're on the classwork tab as usual. Under Chapter 4 and 5 Banking, you'll see the assignment called Intro to Spreadsheets, Simple and Compound Interest. By the time you pull this up, you will have several documents on this tab. And the one that you want to be concerned about is the Intro to Google Sheets PowerPoint presentation, Simple Interest. And when you open it up, it'll look like this. This is going to give you all the instructions that you need to do the activity. So the video is going to supplement the PowerPoint by actually walking you through the actual spreadsheet. So once you open this PowerPoint, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we've already watched this video in class. This was the video about the creation of the original spreadsheet application, and the guy kind of talked about some of the different uses of spreadsheets. So today we're going to use a spreadsheet to explore several different accounts with simple interest. So some concepts that we're going to be learning, we are going to be connecting the simple interest formula to real life scenarios. We're going to be looking at a hypothetical family and their comparison of several different accounts with different interest rates. We're going to apply the language of spreadsheets to create and construct formulas in Google Sheets. So if you remember from the video, we have to use some special notation in Google Sheets. We are referring to cell names instead of variables, for example, and so we're going to talk about connecting what we know from math class to spreadsheets. And then we're going to compare and contrast the returns of different interest rates. We're going to talk about all of these various skills, which seem maybe a little overwhelming, but if you've worked with Google Docs, which I know all of you have, some of these are things that you're going to be able to figure out. You'll see in the spreadsheet toolbar that many of these functions are the same as they are in Google Docs. So it's not going to be totally new, and I think you'll be able to pick up on it pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. Go to the assignment. Make sure that, as always, you use the Create button to create a new sheet through the assignment. So you're going to click on View Assignment. It's going to look a little different for you. There should be that Add button. Make sure that you create the spreadsheet through the assignment. And when you do, it should already be named for you. So I've got a spreadsheet created here. We're going to create a spreadsheet that compares the impact of different interest rates on a $5,000 simple interest investment account for the Sanchez family. And in real life, you're going to want a comparison shot for banks and accounts, and one of the key differences is going to be the interest rates offered. And you're going to want to be able to analyze the impact of these different interest rates to help you choose the best account possible. So that's what we're going to do for the Sanchez family. Basic spreadsheet construction. So what information do we need to put in our cells? We have all of these blank cells. What are we going to put in here? So if you want to think about the simple interest formula, what are the different parts of it? And we're going to begin constructing our worksheet using these basic parts. So we know that simple interest is I equals PRT. So we need our principal or rate or time, our interest earned, and then of course we want to know the future account balance. And we're doing this for the Sanchez family, so we're going to go ahead and add a name column in here as well. So to enter that, you can click on a cell and you can just begin typing in the words. So name, and then you can either click on a different cell or you can press the tab button and it'll take you to the next cell as well. I kind of like that, it's a little easier. And there are your titles. Now, This is for the Sanchez family, so we're going to put Sanchez underneath the name. And we're going to compare different accounts, but with the same principal amount, the same $5,000 invested. Notice that in my spreadsheet, I've got Sanchez written down 5 times and 5,000 written down 5 times. You can certainly click on each cell and type it in, but remember that the whole point of these spreadsheet applications is that we don't want to have to do a bunch of typing. We want the spreadsheet to do the work for us. So we can actually use that fill down pattern. So when I click on the cell, I'm going to click on Sanchez. Notice I've got this little blue square in the bottom right-hand corner. And notice when I put my cursor over that blue square, my cursor turns into a cross. That's how you know you're on the blue square. Now click on the blue square and you can drag it down however far you want, and it'll automatically copy the name for you. And you can do the same thing for the 5,000. It makes it really, really quick and easy. Last thing we'll do in this video is this next slide, adjusting cell width and height, bold and center cells. So we can do a couple more things with this. We can bold and center the titles, and I'm going to go ahead and expand the spreadsheet so that you can see the toolbar. And notice that it looks very familiar to the toolbar that you use in Google Docs or Microsoft Word. So if we want to bold, you can click on a cell and you can press the bold right here. It'll bold it. You can also highlight several different cells and you can bold it. The other option, the other thing we want to do is center. So if I highlight all of this, you can either highlight just the cells that you want, and if you look here, just like in Google Docs, we can use this button here to center everything. And if I want to center everything, not just this row, I can actually click up here where the letters are, and that'll highlight the entire column, and I can center everything in that column, which is really nice. Notice that now that it's centered, some of my words are cut off. So there's a couple ways to address this. What we're going to talk about right now is just adjusting the column width. So I want to make this column bigger so that I can see all of these words. So if I put my cursor where the letters are and I scroll over right in between E and F, notice how my cursor changes to arrows that are pointing away from each other. Click and drag, and you can make that column however wide or narrow you want. So I might decide, you know what, I don't need this one to be quite as big, so I'm going to put my cursor in between B and C, click, and I'm going to decrease that a little bit. So you can play around with the width, and that way you ensure that all of your words are showing. And I feel like D and E are a little crowded, so I'm going to make column D a little bit bigger just to give it a little bit of space. And there we go. So let's make sure we did everything in this slide. We used the fill down option. We adjusted the column width. We bolded and centered the headings. And your sheet should look like this when you are finished, and it does. So I'm going to stop this video and add a second video to complete today's lesson.